Welcome back, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest tonight is the Emmy Award-winning host of MSNBC's All In with Chris Hayes. He also hosts the podcast, Why Is This Happening? Please welcome back to The Late Show, Chris Hayes. All right. Hey, Chris Hayes, we got some stuff we need to get into here. The audience doesn't even know about here. But first, I heard tonight's your birthday.
It is my birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We got you a present.
Uh-oh.
And since it is an election year and a really strange one at that, we got you something to help with the stress of the year, if you want to look at that right there.
All right.
Okay.
It's a stress ball that says F asterisk asterisk.
There you go.
Very useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I do that while I...
You 100% can. Okay, speaking of holy balls.
Yeah.
Okay, at 5 o'clock. Okay, at 5 o'clock today, shortly before we started the show, a ruling or an announcement came from the Supreme Court on Donald Trump's attempt to get out of the January 6th prosecution because of absolute presidential immunity. Tell the folks what the Supreme Court said.
So it happens at 5 o'clock, and at one level, it's just sort of an anodyne announcement. What they say is, we are granting Donald Trump's stay, which means the proceedings stay paused.
So Jack Smith cannot actually go to trial. Okay, yes.
Correct. So that, yes, you're reacting the way that I would imagine that you would react.
Yeah.
And we're going to take up arguments on April 22nd. 7 weeks from now.
Wow.
And everything will be stayed pending then. Now, just to be clear here, they took 15 days from the time that these briefs were submitted to make this decision. 15 days in which they weren't writing any orders, they weren't writing any dissents, they weren't doing any work. They just burned 15 days. Then after burning 15 days, they turn around and say, we're going to do oral arguments in 7 weeks. That's 9 weeks that they have taken off the calendar.
So this really seems like they're doing him a solid, because what he wants more than anything else is just to burn out the clock so the trials don't happen regardless of what the ruling is.
That is correct. From the moment the indictments were announced, and particularly this one, which I think is the most important for a bunch of different reasons.
Yes, I think we all deserve to know whether the President of the United States engaged in an insurrection against his own government if he wants to be president again.
I think that's a very reasonable position.
Yes.
Not only that, I will even say, and I really mean this truthfully, there's one sort of level at a kind of like partisan perspective of, I personally think Donald Trump is bad and unfit for office, and I think, he should stand trial.
Yeah.
American voters actually deserve the knowledge in either direction. If the man is acquitted, if he's found not guilty of an incredibly grave crime, American voters deserve to know that as well. One way or the other, the American public is owed, as a fundamental public interest, as a democratic self-interest, to know whether in a court of law judged by a jury of his peers under full constitutional due process, the man is guilty or not of the gravest political crime of any man in history since the Civil War. But I want to just be clear with folks here. Everyone here knows the score, and I cannot stress this enough. It's like, I saw the news about this order, right? And it's like, oh, they're going to hear the immunity case. They're going to hear arguments. And it's like, okay, well, I guess that makes sense. Mm-hmm. There is a calendar on the wall. It's got a certain amount of days on it, 200 days. And every day you cross through in red, you are doing Trump a favor. You are helping Donald Trump. And everyone knows that. The people in the Supreme Court know that. Tanya Chutkan knows that. Jack Smith knows that. Donald Trump's lawyers know it. And Donald Trump knows it. So when they take 15 days to issue this order, and then they come back and they say, we're going to get to these arguments in 7 weeks, they are going up to that calendar and they are putting 9 weeks of days, and they are burning them for Donald Trump in Donald Trump's interest so as to protect Donald Trump from the possibility of being held to account. Everyone needs to understand that is what they are doing.
But it's actually worse than that, because whether or not they rule in his favor or against his favor, we won't know till the end of June.
Well, yes, probably, although I do want to say one thing. In 74 in July, U.S. v. Nixon was argued. This is the case that found that, yes, you can prosecute the president. They decided it, they issued the opinion 3 weeks later. So, and this is an important thing to keep in mind about the Supreme Court. When they want to move fast, they move fast, baby. When they want to move slow, they move slow. If they want to move fast after April 22nd and they want to issue that opinion, they can. Do I think they will after what they signaled today? Not likely.
Okay. I was about to say, you want to bet.
Yes, no. I mean, but I guess the reason I'm saying that is I don't quite want to take the pressure off, which is to say they should know that everyone's watching this and everyone understands the score the same way they underscore, and they can't hide behind procedural complexity and anodyne one-page statements that give you some SCOTUS scheduling and everyone moves about their day. Like, we all know what they're doing.
We have to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Chris Hayes, everybody.